I think like a lot of people are doing both ironically and unironically. I did go watch both movies on the same day. I'm what the young folks call a fucking sheep. I'm a sheep to trends. Just the other day I got this ripped Vine tattoo to mourn the loss of the beginning of the end of our attention spans. Anyways, today's special comes with a 2-for-1 because I decided to follow in the trend of reviewing these two so different movies at the same time. One of them is a heartfelt drama about the struggles dealing with the higher power and control of your life and the consequences that you have to deal with after, and the other one has Josh Peck in it.
Sophisticated gaming experience ever created by humans, and it's spherical. Spherical!
Barbie was a movie that was actually genuinely looking forward to watching because the idea of it was so funny to me, and seeing the updates with this honestly amazing casting choice kept me interested. It's not like I grew up with the toy, I was more of a Brett's type of guy. I just thought this movie was either going to be fun bad movie or a fun movie like no matter what. I thought it was at least going to be fun even with the quality. But after seeing it, it's the latter. This was a very fun, beautiful, hilarious movie. I think the story really works for this movie with the standard toy object going into the real world to fix an issue works well, and I think it really handles it pretty good. I think the story was simple and it was pretty efficient for what it was going for. The transitions between the real world and the visually beautiful looking set of Barbie Land. The set built for this movie looks amazing with the amount of vibrant popping out of the screen colors display. The fucking color pink is going to be ingrained into your brain. To the fake sky and the costumes especially look fucking fantastic. This movie just has a good presentation overall, and there's so much visual fun with this movie. It's well shot and directed, and you can really tell like a lot of passion was put into it. One of the scenes that really helped me love the visuals more was near the end, where it's just a scene where it takes place in like a void and there's only 3 colors, and it is so nice looking. I really love that scene. The dance
choreography
to this movie was amazing as well. Both of them have this like bright, beautifully looking, show it off attitude that was amazing. I especially love the second one with the Kens. That was just masterpiece. That's real cinema. I think the actors do a great job in this movie, and like I said, the casting choices were pretty good. Whoever casted Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as Barbie and Ken deserves to win every award known to man. They are so perfect for this role, and we got the better reality in the vein of the multiverse because there's a world out there where they got Amy Schumer's Barbie movie instead. Yeah. But again, the cast were selected perfectly. I especially loved Michael Cera playing Ellen, the nerdy shy discontinued doll that no one really cares about. I think you can feel everyone in the cast having so much fun playing these roles with the performances. It just felt like it would have been a lot of fun to be on set that day. I actually really like the humor a lot in this movie, which actually has like genuine funny jokes they told, or again the performances that are given from the actors really add to the joke. Will Ferrell plays a bumbling CEO of Mattel, and the performances with the dumb shit he says is really funny. I also love Ken's subplot in the middle of the movie where he discovers patriarchy and the upper power that a man has in the real world, taking inspiration from Jim Bros, a book about men ruling the world, and Bill Clinton. I really think it was a very hilarious like antagonist, sorta. I don't know. I think it was really hilarious, and at the end with his realization of finding himself was both heartwarming but also funny because of Ryan Gosling's performance. I think the elephant in the room is the fact that this movie tackles feminism while being a movie about a doll that basically kind of put women a bit back because capitalism and body standards. This movie also tackles the issue and as well the conversation about the place Barbie has had on women, both negative and positive. This movie of course is pro-feminism, why wouldn't it be? It has a pretty good speech in the middle discussing the problems women deal with while still being adult about it, and they do tackle about like other issues, so of course selfless cucks are gonna be offended about it.
Hi, I'm Ben Shapiro, and the problem I have with this movie is that it is way too fun and girly and got me giggling and shaking in my seat. Let's say hypothetically, the problem was my wife's boyfriend thought it was funny that I was giggling along, so I'm mad about it. By the way, did I ever mention how much I want to suck my sister's fat tits?
If you're genuinely offended by this movie, I don't know what to tell you, man. I think you're just a genuine snowflake. The message wasn't aimed towards me because, well, I can actually walk alone outside at night, but then again, I still got it. I still got the message, and it was a good message to tell. And even without the message, it's still a fun movie. A couple things that I did have an issue with was pacing issue that I experienced. It's probably a me thing. I don't think it's going to affect everyone. Another issue I have is I really like America Ferrera in this movie. She really did a fantastic job in this movie, but I never found the daughter that interesting of a character, which is strange to me because she is kind of important. I just never found that interesting, and some switch ups happen way too quickly, and I really wish there was more scenes between the mother and daughter to show the development of them understanding each other more. But then again, some issues have to be under a time time limit. Overall, Barbie was such a fun watch. I really think there's a lot to like. I think it's a movie that girls can get into and have a funny, heartwarming movie with a good message, and boys can all go into and realize this is just Ryan Gosling's world and we're all just living in it. In that case, I'm giving Barbie an 8 out of 10. The only problem I'm gonna have with this movie is people are gonna look at this and think, we can do that, and open Pandora's box of absolute garbage. Fuck! I didn't know much about Oppenheimer before, and even now working on this video, so I watched this movie with no huge amount of knowledge about this guy's life. But from what I watched, I really think this is one of the best movies to come out this year, and also one of Christopher Nolan's best films to come out. I thought the acting was pretty great from the vast amount of cast this movie has. Like, Jesus Christ, this movie is the equivalent of the Portal scene with the rich white people coming out. They even got my boy Roderick to be in the movie. That's how much white people they needed. I think Cillian Murphy did a fantastic job in this movie. He really brought a lot of guilt in certain scenes that makes sense, knowing how Oppenheimer felt in reality. He always has this look of fear when the scene needs to, and some scenes are brilliant from the performance he gives out. And you get the understanding from a guy who basically created the biggest and most influential weapon in the world. But I also think Robert Downey Jr. was amazing in this film. He really carried the whole third act. The act structure in this movie was actually really good, with the pacing in particular being very well for a 3-hour movie. The movie didn't feel like a drag, and knew when to sped up the timeline of the story, with some scenes going into a particular time to a scene that is in the future, to a scene that's in the past. I don't know how to fucking explain it. I think the way they presented the different perspectives of character with the use of color and the use of black and white was pretty immaculate. The cinematography was pretty good as well, and I thought the shots of the zoom-ins and flames and sparkles close by and the atoms blowing up were beautiful. There's also a scene in this movie in the middle where it's shot so beautifully and also takes its time to show it. It makes it feel satisfying watching it. It goes on for 30 seconds, but it's just a visual that will stick by you for a long time. And also the piss stain will stick by me because the loud noise caused by after fucking scared the bejesus out of me. The fuck did I say, bejesus? I'm glad this movie had effects that were really practical and not use CGI for every little thing, which makes me wonder how a movie with $100 million budget looks better than a movie that had $200 million. What the fuck? Going back to what I was saying, but the structure of the movie was well done to show the progression of Oppenheimer, because this movie isn't about the bomb. So don't expect explosions every 5 fucking minutes. It's about the guy in his background, the led up to the bomb, the after effect, and the court justice of the consequences of the bomb. And I think all that shit works amazing. The interrogation of friends and families of Oppenheimer being questioned was done really well, and it shows throughout the movie, which leads to a satisfying payoff in the third act, which I can't really spoil because real life. But I really enjoyed the third act a lot, with it basically becoming a court drama of some sorts and betrayal and shit happening left and right, and all of it is super interesting. If I were to give a complaint, it would be the same issue that I and many others have with Christopher Nolan films, which is that the audio mixing is not that good.
What we need to do now, man, is we need to...
It's not terrible, but there are occasions where it does have an effect, which, I mean, it's bad if you want to hear what's going on, but good if you want to hear the score, because my god, the soundtrack is good. I don't know if this is a complaint or not, but there are so many characters in this movie to keep up with that you tend to get a little lost on who or where everyone is. But I think it's great that it mostly focuses on Oppenheimer and Lewis. But overall, I really love this movie. This is going up there with one of the Christopher Nolan's greats, and it's probably going to be the top 5 for this year. It's an absolute fantastic film that I highly recommend you watch. And I'm giving Oppenheimer a 9.5 out of 10. I think this is a great combination of films to watch, and I'm glad more people are going to see them because they are fantastic movies that need to be watched. Give movie studios money so they can still fuck over writers and actors. Yay! But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this double feature meal. It sure didn't come with a drink, but whatever. You could always stay for dessert. That might not even come out until August 11th, but spoiler alert, is the equivalent of getting lemon pie. It's not worth it.
The world can wait, no need to hurry.
I want to suck my sister's fat tits.